So this is the season of gift giving. My kids have been asking, what do I want? Which shows a level of their growing maturity, that they aren't just texting me lists of what they want, though those texts are coming as well. That Hanukkah begins in about 9 days, and plus we have been assaulted by Christmas songs in stores since well before Thanksgiving. I feel like it might have been around Halloween or so that I may have heard my first carol. So soon the marketers will just move the winter sale so early in the year that they will mix up the start of school sales and Christmas sales together, and it's just a constant problem of overlapping. But gift giving is such a complicated custom. It is a social grace, like bringing a bottle of wine to someone's house when you go for dinner, or flowers. It can be a sign of appreciation. A gift can be a recognition of reaching a milestone, like a birthday present. Again, happy birthday. In the old days, there was an image of the gold watch when you retired from a company after 40 years of work. We understand how far away that world is from us today, though. And a gift can be a sign of love, or it could be a sign of reconciliation. The flower delivery companies have made a fortune off of both of these aspects because, of course, a card on flowers can say, "I love you," or flowers can carry a card which says, "I'm sorry." In today's Parsha, there is a very strange scene, and it is focused on gift giving. Jacob is about to meet his brother Esau for the first time in 20 or so years. The last time they met, Esau vowed that he would kill his brother for what he had done to him, stolen his blessings. And so Jacob ran for his life, but now Jacob is about to meet his brother once again. Will Esau remember the vow that he once made that he would kill Jacob? Would his brother come at Jacob with a whole army and wipe him out together with his family? And so Jacob sends messengers ahead to greet Esau, as we mentioned earlier. And Jacob loads these messengers down with gifts for his brother. Jacob sends Esau cattle and sheep and slaves. Jacob sends him 200 she-goats and 20 he-goats. Jacob sends Esau 200 ewes and 20 rams. He sends him 30 camels and their colts, 40 cows and 10 bulls, 20 donkeys, 10 burros. This is quite a collection of gifts, I guess, though I'm not in the cattle business. It is clear what Jacob's goal is with these gifts. It is clear that Jacob is fearful of Esau. So Jacob instructs the messengers like this in the Parsha. And you shall add, he tells the messenger, add this extra message. And your servant Jacob himself is right behind us. And for Jacob reason, if I propitiate him with presents in advance and then face him, perhaps he will show me favor. So I love when translations use words that are more complicated than the actual word. So the dictionary says propitiate means to win or regain the favor of a god, spirit, or person. It wasn't a Jewish dictionary I looked that word up in. So to regain favor of a god, spirit, or person by doing something that pleases him. So yes, the gifts were to get back in Esau's good graces. After all, Jacob had stolen Esau's blessings twice, the birthright with the lentil soup and their father's blessing through trickery. So Esau had good reason to be mad, and gift giving is a powerful way to influence people. I recently read a blog about gift giving. It was titled "The Psychology of Gift Giving and Why It Works in Life and Business." And it said, gift giving is a practice deeply ingrained in human culture, spanning thousands of years and throughout cultures and societies of all kinds. It's no coincidence that gift giving is actually good for us, both mentally and socially. As far as what motivates us to want to give or receive a gift, there are a bunch of psychological theories and concepts. And here are a few, the blog says. And as I share these reasons, think both through what you expect or what you want from giving or receiving gifts that you do, and also what Jacob's motivations might have been. So the first one is altruism. When people give gifts, they experience a sense of fulfillment and well-being while strengthening their relationship with the recipient. Right? This is probably the best. Like, I'm just giving you a gift because I care about you. I like you. I like gift giving. And so I don't expect anything back, that I am just doing it altruistically. That's sort of the greatest, nicest one. I don't know if that always happens, but it's nice. The second is impression management, the blog says. Impression management. I think a lot of people do this. Gift giving can be used as a way to enhance our personal image or create a positive perception of ourselves in the eyes of the other. Right? You give a nice gift and you want to be seen as generous. Right? You get something out of it. You want them to see you in a particular way. Well, maybe it's a little transactional in that way. I mean, we're getting something out of it. The third, the blog says, is reciprocity. When someone gives a gift, they feel obligated to reciprocate the gesture in some way, which helps us maintain balance and harmony. So reciprocity is kind of okay. Right? You come, you invite me to dinner, and I bring you a bottle of wine. And there's something back and forth. And then when I invite you to dinner, you might bring some flowers. And that's a nice way of kind of creating balance. Or relationship maintenance. That's the I'm sorry card on the flowers. Right? Gifts are powerful tools in conveying emotions. They can serve as tangible symbols of appreciation and are effective in helping us maintain meaningful relationships. Now, I want to say, I am not discouraging the bottle of wine or the wine. I'm actually lifting it up as these are things, niceties, these are relationships that we want to maintain, and so the gift giving in that sense is actually something that enhances. So what was Jacob looking for? Was it altruism, impression management, reciprocity, relationship maintenance? What do you think? That Jacob was sending all of those gifts to Esau. Impression management, okay, say more.
Well, I mean, it's self-protection maybe, but trying to say like, hey, we're going to meet up again, don't kill me.
Right, please don't kill me. This is a little relationship management. It was certainly not altruism, for sure. And Gail agrees? Self-interest, yeah, self-interest, absolutely. So I agree with Melanie and Gail that Jacob was certainly looking to get something out of these gifts, which was self-preservation. I think these are interesting insights for us, but I think the translation pointed us in a different direction than the Hebrew does. So, or at least we miss the essence of what I think the Torah wants to teach us, that wants us to have intentionality about. So the Torah uses the word in Genesis 32, verse 21, yechapera. Not if I propitiate him with presents in advance and then face him, perhaps he will show me favor. Achapera has the same root as Yom Kippur, or kapara, or atonement. Right? That what Jacob is actually giving is not all of these gifts, but it's supposed to be gifts with this sense of atonement. And while Jacob is trying to buy his way back to his brother, or at least ransom himself out of being killed, I think he misses the most important part: sincerity. The Torah uses the specific word of atonement. I am not sure these gifts carry the sincerity of overcoming Jacob's past wrongs. We give gifts for many reasons. from our personal relationships to our highest elected officials. Gift giving is used for reciprocity and relationship maintenance and other motivations. From a Qatari gift of a new Air Force One to Jacob sending herds of animals to his brothers, gifts are fraught with meaning and sometimes expectations. The Torah wants us to remain focused on our sincerity, though. Gifts can be an act of atonement when necessary. So at this gift-giving season, let's enjoy the experience of giving and of receiving, but let's do the extra work as well. Let's be aware of our relationships which need repair, which need nurturing, and maybe even need us to do an act of atonement to embrace a family member or a friend who we've grown distance from. The narrative tells us that Jacob and Esau reunited in the end, but their relationship was never as close as brothers could be. And I think that it's because Jacob missed the most important lesson of taking responsibility for what he had done. That is the greatest gift that we can actually give each other. Shabbat Shalom.